Hi friends. So here I am doing my video every day. It's happening. I'm doing my damnedest, y'all. It's been a ride, but I'm really proud of myself for continuing on even though it feels like this project is kind of like going into like I don't see the path. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm doing it. I'm going. So that's kind of where I'm at. Anyways, a year ago today, our wonderful Unisonus boys did a video called We Take a Lie Detector Test to Uncover Our Darkest Sins. And this video, I think they had gotten a lie detector test of legal, like paralegal, police, detective work quality lie detector. And I can't remember, they kind of went about it fairly like mundane, like it was pretty casual to begin with, but they did the thing. They got the lie detector test. I think they were like asking each other like pretty basic questions, and just like seeing if they could tell. And it was pretty, like, I don't know, uninteresting, and like not a lot of fluctuations. So they just kind of like then they started upping the ante like crazy, and like intentionally like lying and like doing all these sorts of things to see if it would kind of spike or mess with the sort of readings on it. And I can't remember. I feel like they did eventually get it too, but it took some work for them to like stress out about stuff. So I'm always curious about those lie detector tests, like how legit they are, like how well they can really read, you know. Um, it's interesting, like all this stuff, all the information out there about, some people who are just really good at reading, like, facial cues and that sort of thing to see if somebody's lying, all that sort of thing. I don't have a whole heck of a lot to say. It was a nice video. It was fun to watch. It was pleasant. I was kind of like reflecting on it, like the title, to uncover our darkest sins, your lies and honesty and truth and all these sorts of ideas. I think there's like these great big ideas we have about honesty and truth and how to like discover the truth of things. Like I remember there was one time I kind of told somebody something and they reacted in a way like I wish I could have had something to see if they were lying, like because they like were like surprised, but I'm like, are you faking it? Like, were you involved? Like like this is so crazy how that's a concept. And I don't know, for me, honesty, I feel like I'm honest to a fault. That's just kind of my characteristic. I would rather be honest than deceitful or deceptive or like I think that, yes, truth hurts, truthfully. Like sometimes the truth isn't what we want to hear. But I don't know, for whatever reason it was instilled in me, um like I guess from pieces of my personal life, that like, being honest is important. And I feel like sometimes, we go through the day selecting what information to impart or to not. And that's something I think about a lot, because there are times where, I feel like I maybe disclose too much information in my personal life, and also like in work situations where like I feel like I over clarify, or I try to say something so clearly and try to use my words to be like so clear. And then sometimes I realize, like, after having said it, I'm like, I didn't really make a good distinction about exactly what I was trying to say. Or like maybe I just made it more complicated than it needed to be. Like, here's this simple way to say it, and here I like, used 100 words to say something I could have said in 10. I think about that a lot, because I think I'm that kind of person where I like to be super clear and super honest, and sometimes it's just not the best way to go about it. So, anyways, that's kind of like where my head's at with this video. I was also thinking about darkest sins, and I was like thinking like, oh, is there anything like interesting? I had some really weird dreams the other day, and one of my friends was insistent that I told them the details of these weird dreams. And I was like, I can't, like, it's so weird. They're so weird. And, like, I just feel like they're so strange to, like, tell you what my subconscious brain is thinking of. Uh, but, you know, sometimes, like, telling that information, sharing that information, at least with people who are trustworthy and who react well to it, I think is worth it. And in the same token, I think that being honest with people that are important to you is important as well. That's just something I always hold near and dear in my heart. And I've had some issues of being overly honest or disclosing too much information when I don't need to. Because I would rather be honest than deceptive. I know they say, you know, when you don't, you know, if you can't say something nice, don't say something at all. And I think about that a lot too, because in the same token, there are times where I maybe want to like criticize something, and I'm like, you know, what good will it do to criticize this thing? What good is this adding really? Like if I say something about this, is that like a whole thing? Is that really necessary to criticize, to put this information to try to articulate this thing? You know, is it worth it? So I think about that a lot. Anyways, I didn't have a lot to say about this video. Before I sign off, I want to just say real quick, I worked both my jobs today actually, and I was really proud of myself because I got a run in between shifts. And that's something that's really difficult because usually if I can choose to take a nap, 99% of the time, I'm gonna take the nap. But I got up, I went for about a mile run, and I didn't do great. I mean, like, I'm not a fast runner, but I did it, and I did it in time, and I got to my second job in time. And, like, I'm hoping it helps me sleep very well tonight, and hoping it helps keep my energy up. I'm doing very well on I did a New Year's resolution. I want to run like 2 to 3 times a week, and I'm actually doing better on that than I expected. And there's other things I want to do as well. But anyways, you know, I got a lot of self-development to do, and I'm okay with that. But on that note, I'm gonna end this video. You guys have a wonderful evening, and I will be happy to see y'all tomorrow.